afternoon everyone. Today we'll be reading first chapter of macroeconomics of class 12, that is circular flow of income. So before starting the chapter, let's understand the meaning. Okay, introduction of the chapter. As we know, there is unlimited and recurring wants. There is unlimited and recurring wants of human being. That makes production process a continuous process. We all know our wants never ends. Okay, if we buy one thing, we want next. If we buy next, then we want next. And because of that, there is always our continuous production process. Okay, so do you know how we produce a thing? For production of thing, we need four factors of production. That is land, labor, capital, and enterprise. This land, labor, capital, and enterprises are given to an industry by household sectors. Okay, the household sector gives land, labor, industry, and capital to the industry. And on the return, the industries use all these factors of production. They produce different goods, and those different goods and services are returned back to the industries. So this is the introduction. Okay, this is the circular flow of income. Now, meaning of circular flow of income. Okay, so it refers to generation of income in the production process. As I have told you, there are four factors of production. Okay, that is land. So when a owner of land, when a person who is the owner of land, he gives his land to the industry. On the behalf of that land, he gets rent. Okay, तो फैक्टर ऑफ जो हमारा हम बात करें सर्विस की, फैक्टर सर्विस क्या थी? लैंड प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस में, उसके बदले में उसको क्या मिला? रेंट. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज लेबर. When labor works in an industry, they get salary, they get wages. Okay. When an enterprises works, that enterprises gets profit. Okay. And what we have read? We have read land, we have read labor, we have read enterprise, and the third one is capital. The capital, whatever the capital they have invested in the production process. So for that capital, they get interest. Okay. So whatever the things they are giving to the industries in the form of factor services, they are getting in return in the form of factor of payment. So this is known as this is the meaning of circular flow of income. Or we can say it refers to cycle of generation of income in the production process. It refers to the distribution of income into different factors of production. Okay, so there are three phases of circular flow of income. How many phases? Three phases. The first phase is the distribution phase. The first phase is generation phase. The first phase is generation phase. In this generation phase, the factor services are given to the industries by the household sectors. Then, whatever factor services they have given, in return they get some money. Okay, in the form of rent, in the form of interest, in the form of wages, and in the form of profit. This is a part of distribution income. Okay, this is the part of distribution phase. All this income, whatever they have earned, is distributed among the household. And the third phase is disposition phase. Whatever the income is held by the household is used by the household for buying different commodities which are produced by the industries. Okay, so this is disposition phase. Okay, now next topic we'll be reading about stock and flow. What is stock? Stock refers to a particular thing at a particular period of time. For example, we can say as on 31st December, whatever the population of a country is, it is the stock. Okay, stock refers to the variable which is measured at a particular point of time. On the other hand, flow refers to a variable which is calculated over a period of time. For example, we can say how many babies are born in the year 2019. It is a part of flow. But how many babies are born on 10th June? It is a part of stock. So at a particular period of time, whatever things are calculated, it is a part of stock. And at a period of time, whatever things are calculated, it is a part of flow. Okay, so the major difference between the stock and flow is stock variable refers to the variable which is calculated at a particular period of time, and it is calculated as a period. It is calculated over a particular point of time, and it is calculated over a period of time. We can say it is a static concept. Why? Because it is calculated at a particular point of time, and it is not a static concept, it is a dynamic concept, and it changes. Okay, as we are calculating it over a period of time, it changes. Flow is changing. Okay, we can say on one day it is more, on second day it is less, but over a period of time we will be calculating the total things, whatever the variables are. So is it clear what is the major difference between stock and flow? We can say that it is not a time dimension. It is a static concept, but it is a time dimension as it is calculated over a period of time. Okay, now we'll be reading our next topic, that is types of circular flow. Okay, so we'll be reading first about real flow, then we'll be reading about money flow. Real flow. Real flow refers to the flow of factor services from household to industries. फॉर एग्जाम्पल रियल फ्लो में क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ से हाउस होल्ड अपनी फैक्टर सर्विसेज दे रहा है. किसको फैक्टर सर्विसेज दे रहा है? इंडस्ट्री को. इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लैंड, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कैपिटल, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लेबर, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एंटरप्राइज. ओके, एंड द next is the corresponding flow of goods and services. Whatever the goods and services are produced by industries, those goods and services are returned back to the household as they are the real consumer who will be using the goods which are made in industry. Okay, that's why real flow is also known as physical flow. It is also known as physical flow as there is only exchange of goods and services between the two sectors. Between the two sectors without any involvement of money. It is also a type of a barter system of exchange where the households are providing service and in return of that service they are getting products, goods and services without the involvement of money. So that's why it is also known as a physical flow, or we can say it is a part of barter system. Now what is money flow? Money flow refers to flow of factor payments from firm to household and those same payments from consumers as the household. Household use those money for consumer consumption expenditure and those money goes to industries. Okay, and that money which is used by industry is again returned back to household services to household factor for whatever services they are providing. Okay, here it is not a physical concept. Why? Because they involve money. Here they involve money and that's why it is known as money flow. It is also known as a nominal concept. Why it is known as nominal concept? Because here money is also used. Okay, so how money is used? So now let's understand. Okay, the household sectors. The household sector provides services like land, labor, rent and enterprise. And on the and whatever the services they are providing, on the return of that services they are getting money. Okay, for land they are getting rent, for labor they are getting wages, for capital they are getting interest, and for enterprises they are getting profit. Okay, so here for whatever things they are providing they are getting money, and with the help of that money they are buying the things which are produced by the industries. So it is here they include money and that's why it is known as nominal flow. And in our 21st century we are using this money flow. Okay, so what is the major difference between real flow and money flow? It is the flow of goods and services between firms and household, and it is the flow of money between the firms and household. Okay, it involves exchange of goods and services. It involves exchange of money. Okay, it is also known as physical flow. It is known as nominal flow. Okay, is it clear what is the major difference between real flow and money flow? Okay, now we will be reading about two-sector economy. Our last topic, that is two-sector economy. In this two-sector economy, we include only two things, that is households and industry. We don't include any industry or anything, we don't include any government or any foreign sector. We include only two things, that is first is household and second is industry. Household sector supplies services, okay, only to firm, and whatever the products which are produced by industries are supplied back to the household, only to the household, not to government or any other. From produce the goods and services and they sell their entire output to the households, not to government. Household receives factor income from whatever services they are providing to industries, and whatever the income which is given by the industries to household, those income is used by the household in buying different products. Okay, so at last we will be reading the conclusion of circular flow of income. So what we have read, in a two-sector economy, whatever the total production is there, it is equals to total consumption, as whatever is produced by the firms are consumed by household sector, as no other things is included in two-sector economy. Okay, and whatever the factor payments which are made by household is the factor incomes which are received by the household. Okay, whatever the factor payment which is made by industries are the income of the household, factor incomes of the household, and whatever income which is received by household is used by the household in the form of consumption expenditure. Whatever income they have received, they use this income in the form of consumption expenditure, and this consumption expenditure is equals to factor income of the industries. So at last we can say real flow equals to money flow. Real flow, goods are directly supplied, services are directly supplied from between the households and industries. Here in money flow again, the household sector provides services to industries. Industries provide goods to the consumer. That is the household sector. But they use money. Okay. For example, we can say the services which are provided by household sectors to industry. For that, they give money. Okay, and in the same form, when the goods and services are given back to household sectors, so they also provide money. So at last, I just want to tell you this: in circular flow of income, we just read about the different phases of income: the generational income, distribution of income, and dispositional income. Thank you.